This is a notebook. We all grew up using these notebooks. This is a Mead notebook. Paper, you write on it, you fill it up, then you got to get another one. Paper can get wet, it can burn, it can be torn up, you can lose it. It's the old age. You all know what a tablet is. So we've had Samsung tablets, iPads, all those things. Those are great. Great tools for applications and storing data, emails, things like that. But they're not the best when it comes to writing. In comes the Remarkable Paper Pro, which is a digital notepad. Let's talk about it. Writing is going away. I mean, I know there's people out there that still write, but I like writing. I used to write a lot. You know, I used to have a rap book. I used to write my rhymes out on paper. Then I started doing them in Notepad on my computer. But I don't write anymore. I don't write that much anymore. I mean, I sign my name. That's about it. Ever since I got this, I think I've written down more things and taken more notes than I have in the last decade. I always wondered what it was like to have a digital notepad. I was interested in it. I have a stylus on my S25 Ultra Samsung because I like to write, you know, but it's all digital. And I use it to, annotate things and draw little pictures and things like that, or come up with ideas. I use my bigger Samsung tablet to, conceptualize ideas or maybe come up with logos or graphics or things like that. But it's not on paper because who wants to use paper? It's not even really good for the environment to continue using paper, even though we can recycle it. But there's ink, you got to keep buying pens. It doesn't work anymore, not in 2025. So I've checked out different types of digital notepads. I always had an interest in Remarkable, and I saw them at CES, checked out all their notepads, and I reached out to them, and they were happy enough to send me this notepad to check out. Now, I've been using this notepad, or this Remarkable Paper Pro, for about 3 weeks. I charged it when I initially got it. I haven't charged it since then. It's down to 32% now. Another thing about writing. When you're a child coming up in school, you learn how to write. First, you learn how to print all your letters through the alphabet. And then as you advance, you learn cursive. I don't think cursive exists anymore. I don't think they teach cursive in schools anymore. Because we're in this digital age, we're not really teaching children to write cursive. They probably teach them to write their ABCs still, but no more cursive. Like, they're not teaching cursive in schools. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I don't believe that's going on. So writing is a lost art. I mean, if you're an actual writer, you're still writing, but the majority of people in the world aren't writing as much as they used to. Before we had computers and phones, smartphones and tablets, we were using notebooks. We were writing on paper. We don't do that anymore because it's unnecessary. So that's one of the things that drew me in to the Remarkable Paper Pro, was that it was going to get me back to writing. And it's simple. It's very simple design. It's distraction free. So you can use this and you're not going to tab over to another app or get on social media, and doom scroll for hours. It keeps you focused. And not only that, it's fun to write. So the Remarkable Paper Pro is the third iteration of their Remarkable. So they had the Remarkable 2, and the Remarkable Paper Pro. So it's 11.8 inches, it's almost 12 inches. It's a little over a pound. It has USB-C charging, and it has a 5,030 milliamp hour battery. So that's a huge battery. That is a tablet-sized battery, but because this thing doesn't have the power demands as a phone or an iPad or an Android tablet, that battery lasts you forever. It'll last you 14 days. It goes 14 days, okay? And the thing never really turns off. They moved from a textured plastic cover to a textured glass cover. And when you touch it, I mean, it just feels like a tablet with a matte finish. But once you put the pen to it, that's when you get the feeling of paper. And it's really hard to describe it. You have to grab your stylus or grab the Remarkable pen and draw and write with it. And then you can see why people love this thing, because it actually does feel like paper. It has a bunch of different pen types: pencil, marker, mechanical pencil, highlighter, paintbrush, and it even has a calligraphy pen. And when you write with each of these different pen tools, you get different outcomes, obviously. But for instance, switching from a pen to the calligraphy pen, my handwriting looked so much better just because I was using the calligraphy pen. You know, I mean, my handwriting isn't that great, and it depends on what kind of pen I use. Certain pens, my handwriting's better than other pens. The same goes for this. Even though you're using the same tool, right? When you change the pen and the software, you get different outcomes. My handwriting looks so much better using the calligraphy pen. And I don't even think I can go back to the regular pen or the ballpoint. I have to use the calligraphy pen just because the handwriting looks so good. One thing you'll notice about this is that it does have an adjustable reading light. It's like a little backlight. You can see it perfectly out in bright sunlight. In very dimly lit rooms, you can also raise the backlight so you can see better. Like, you could take this in your bedroom when the lights are out. If you want to go over some notes or you want to burn the midnight oil, you could see it just fine. It's amazing, but it's so subtle and you really don't notice it unless your environment light changes. So the darker it gets, the more you can see the backlight. So one of the bigger features of this is the fact that it has up to 20,000 colors. So it has 9 visible colors, and they're called canvas colors, but you can actually mix the colors and create different colors, different shades and different colors. You can mix them together. So you can have up to 20,000 different colors. And it's great for highlighting your notes, or if you're doing doodles, or if you're working on, you know, schematics or sketches or rough ideas. You can use all these colors. And then when you sync them over to your computer or to your phone, all the colors are super vibrant. Speaking of saving your files, the Remarkable does have cloud-based services so you can save everything. And there's an app for your phone, and you can also get on the desktop app. And you can sync all your files across the desktop and your phone. So if you want to open up your phone and take a look at a file, you can, or you can get on a desktop computer. So if you don't have your Remarkable with you, anywhere you go, you can still see your files and edit them to a certain extent. There is some integration with Google, Dropbox, and Microsoft OneDrive, but it's more for importing or exporting. Like, you can export PDFs and you can import files from Google, but not in their native format. Cool thing about the Marker Plus, they do give you a set of replaceable tips for the Marker Plus, and it does have an eraser. So it's something you can use if you want to make quick adjustments on your drawings or on your text. You can use the eraser just like you would a real eraser and update your little notes. And the feel of the pen, it has a texture on it, so it's easier to hold. It feels similar to what you might get from like a Microsoft Surface pen or a Wacom tablet or something like that, but it has a very slight texture on it that makes it easier to hold the pen, which is pretty cool. You can create folders to organize your notes, or you can organize your notes inside the notepad itself. So you can create a notepad with several pages, or you can create a folder and put several notepads in there. You have the ability to convert your handwriting to text. So you could just circle your handwriting and it'll convert it to text if you need to do that. You can also combine text and handwriting in a single document with colors. It doesn't seem like there's anything that this Remarkable Pro can't do in terms of note taking. There are a couple accessories you can get for this. This folio is a premium leather folio, which comes in 2 colors. Then there's the mosaic weave, which comes in 3 colors, and the polymer weave, which I think is 2 colors. They're all beautiful. The leather, I think, is the best. There is also a type folio. And I wasn't even interested in the type folio because I'm like, what's the purpose of having a keyboard when you're trying to take notes and get back to handwriting and note taking? When I hooked up the type folio, I realized that it's basically a distraction-free digital typewriter. You can go in there and just start typing. Just start typing away. And it uses all the same features as it would if it was handwriting. So you can save all your documents, you can edit them later, you can sync them across your devices. And it's a really nice keyboard. It's backlit, it's low profile, and it doesn't add much bulk when you use the type folio versus the book folio. So I didn't think I was gonna like it, but then I actually loved it because if you just wanna, boom, type something up, like a script or a screenplay, or maybe you're working on a manuscript, or maybe you're coming up with ideas for your next video, you can quickly type all this stuff down in the Remarkable Pro without worrying about any bloated software or social media apps or keeping something charged or anything like that. It's a true minimalist tool. I'm back to writing again, and it feels great. I love writing. This thing is small, it's lightweight. It always comes with me in my laptop bag, and it's a great thing for just jotting down ideas, just writing, getting back to writing. And I think it's something that we've lost, and I think we need to get back into handwriting. There's not much else I could say about the Remarkable Paper Pro other than the fact that it's remarkable. I'll see you on the next video.